It's nails to you. This is going to be part two of why those nails keep lifting. Except this time we're gonna do it a little bit different. I am going to be telling a story while we differentiate on how to create a possible solution on fixing those lifted nails. Okay, so first thought, if you missed part one, go check that out first because it kind of comes hand in hand. So I don't want you to be, but this is a method. If this is a part of a part of the correction that you're gonna need, this is gonna be helpful too. But maybe go check out part one. And before we get started, I am going to show y'all the things that we're gonna need. Whether it's a person or a fake hand. Got my baby right here. As a matter of fact, let's name her today. What we want to name her? I'm hearing something with a T. Let's do Tana. Her name Tana. I don't know where I got that name from. Y'all don't ask. So her name's Tana. Hey Tana. Okay, so we got Tana. We got the primer, which is what we're gonna start off with. We got the monomer liquid. We got the polymer powder. Okay, we don't need that. And if you want to know what this is, y'all go check out my No More Nails system. The link is in that description. But let's go ahead and get started. Of course, you're going to need a acrylic brush. This is by two guys. It's 100% Kalinsky. It's always important to invest in great product when it comes to doing the nails, y'all. Especially the brush. If you don't invest in anything, invest in a brush. I beg you, please. Okay? Okay, let me put my phone on silent. Anyways, so I am. Oh, what time is it? 6. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my tip cutter out because I'm just gonna file it. So I'm gonna be placing these nails on her hand. This is technically gonna be her hand. We're gonna look, that one lifted off. All right. So I got one of the nails out. So I'm gonna place this one. This is a size 2. So hopefully it's not too big for this finger. Yeah, that's too big. Let's put this one on my thumb. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some ways of sealing the nails off with the acrylic, y'all. We're gonna talk about this primer on how to not under prime and not over prime. See where I'm going there? Let's see if this is a size for. If you have this hand, kind of go by this, and then I'm gonna snag it down to like a size 6 for this hand. I mean this finger, the pinky. Boom. Okay, y'all. So let's move along. I'm gonna go ahead. I probably should have had this done already, but whatever. I'm just gonna file it because I kind of want it more like a square shape. Let me turn on my lights so y'all can have a better view. Turn on the lighty lights. Boom. Okay. So as of now, like I said, I wanted to have like it's more of a square shape and not a squoval shape. So we just gonna cut this nail file straight across. I'm about to get ready and put on some gloves because I've already been getting nail product all over my fingers and my hands. So y'all just hang with me. Let me get these gloves. Look at that. That product on my hand. And it's got some of it got on the edge of my thumb. Nail. Okay. Got the gloves. Got the glovey gloves. Alright. I hope y'all had a great day. By the way, welcome new subscribers. I hope y'all been tagging along because this is where we at with it. All right, got the gloves on. Let's proceed forward. I'll file this one. I'm not doing like a deep square, but all right. Now, when I begin this, I'm going to be focusing more on sealing the bead, and of course, bead ratio is one of the keys too. Because sometimes your bead can be so wet, it can cause it to run, that liquid to run. And also, I really should have put a second tip on here, but I don't feel like I need it to glue it on there so it could have like some length, but I'm not doing all that today, y'all. Okay. So, okay, technically I just did a prep. So let's go ahead and come back to this step just for like a little recap. We're gonna take in the white, pump that again. If y'all want to know about this solution, go check out the Over with Lifted Nails system in the description. All right, so we're gonna wipe that off. Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side, close that up, and move forward. So let's go ahead and get start getting that brush. I'm gonna dip it in that monomer or whatever, so it can be prepped and it can pick up a decent bead. Okay, I have like a slight pinkish red, so y'all can be able to easily see what I'm doing here. We got Miss Tana here. She ready to get her nails done, y'all. She's not playing no games. Okay, so let me turn this so y'all can be able to not see all of that. All right, so perfect view. Miss Tana says she's ready, y'all. I'm wondering if I should put my little hand rest on this so I can be able to get a better grip. I don't know where I put the other one. I don't want to use my tall one. I don't know where my armrest. I have so many armrests, and I don't know if it's supposed this tall one. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's put this under Miss Tina's hand so her hand can be comfortable, and so mine can be comfortable too. Okay, y'all have to excuse me. Okay, let's get a move on. We just gotta let it rest. Oh, but now I can't see Tina's hand. Yeah, this tripod be something. Yeah. Hold on, cause we're gonna get this right. Alrighty, now here we go. All right. Okay, now I can see Tina's hand perfect. The little stand is not in the stand is not in the way. Look at this popping and moving. Okay, so now let's talk about primer, y'all. Things first, primer. Before we start on this storyline, let's talk about primer, and then we'll go into the story, and then we're gonna start stating some more facts. Then we'll go back to the story. That's how we're gonna do this, okay? So I got this. By the way, I'm thinking about putting my link because I am a ambassador for Model Ones. Their brand line is really good. So if y'all ever been thinking about trying some Model or just been looking for a product, Model Ones is a great product. So check them out. Their acrylic is really smooth and the smell is amazing. It's not a crazy smell that is bothersome. So that's kind of something to look at. It is EMA polymer and monomer. Okay, so let's talk about primer. One of the mistakes that a lot of individuals tend to make, let's go ahead and get this 2x2. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get this 2x2. Well, a lot of mistakes that individuals make when it comes to priming their nail after they've prepped it and, it's well dehydrated, either they're putting too much primer or they're not putting enough. Okay, so I'm going to show you when they put not enough. They're taking it, of course, you do want to wipe this, but you're not going to overdo this. Like, they do it like this. Like, you've literally just dehydrated that brush too, and then they go in and go boop, 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 and that's not enough primer, y'all. That's not a primer. It's not gonna do nothing. Then you don't have a bridge for the nail plate to adhere to the acrylic. So let's move on. Let's start with this story because the story is about somebody is at a nail salon that I used to work at. A young lady, I was doing her pedicure, and we did waterless pedicures up there, by the way. And she walked up to me and she was like, "Hey, I need my toes done ASAP. I am in a rush, and I came up here yesterday, and all of my gels popped off." That's exactly what she said. She had gel polish on her toes. And I was like, "Oh no, let's get that fixed." So I go in. I'm literally like looking at, let's pretend this is her feet, y'all. I'm like, okay. I'm looking at the gel, like it's like literally lifting from here on the corners, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if somebody, whoever did her toes, they didn't what what we've been talking about, prep. They didn't properly prep her toes, and obviously the nail plates probably still had um the natural oils on there, and you have to remove those natural oils in order to get a good adherence, whether it's gel polish, gel X, acrylic, and so forth, right? So when I was removing that gel, it wasn't even hard. Like I could take like if I took a file and went across that gel, it literally just came right off. So what ended up happening was I removed all of her gel, and I noticed right on her toes, guess what? On the part where her cuticle was on her toe, there was plenty of skin left right there, which means you have to remove all of that before you be trying to apply enhancements or polish or any type of product, because it's gonna cause lifting. And then obviously when they put that polish on, they didn't seal the edges off. So I was like, okay, we'll get this fixed. I didn't tell her all of that, just out of business etiquette and just respect of the previous nail tech or whatever. And it was pretty shocking, but hey, I was like, okay, we'll get this fixed. So I literally went in and I prepped all of her nails, all of her toenails to be honest. And we went straight into putting that polish on. And of course, when you putting that polish on, you have to seal off gel polish too in order for it to get a good stay. And of course, I made sure that the gel polish wasn't flooding her cuticles, and they were sealed off on the edges, is what is we're getting ready to show right now with this acrylic. And to top it off, we're gonna talk about this primer real quick. Then we're gonna get back into the story, y'all. So maybe I should have glued this one. I was trying to leave this one long, but whatever. I'm gonna have to push it down a little bit further because I'm sorry, Miss Tina. But anyways, so let's go ahead and take this primer, and we're now another thing that people tend to do. They take this, they don't even wipe it. They just take it, and it's drizzling down, and then they go. And really, in all honesty, you only need to prep the natural nail plate when it comes to putting primer on. I said prep. I'm gonna say prime. You only need to prep the natural nail. You don't need to prep the whole tip. Okay? So then you go do this one and you do that one. That's how you get a proper amount. So the proper way of doing it is you put it in there, take a little bit off. That's it, y'all. That's all you need to do. And of course, the first way that I was showing out, that's what people think they're doing. And they literally not putting on primer. So let's move on. Okay? Back to the storyline. Now, I'm sealing off her I'm sealing off her gel polish down here in the cuticle area and on the edges, right? I'm doing all of that. I'm not kidding y'all. I literally thought, like, I was like, she's not gonna come back. I was literally like, she is not gonna come back. That's what I thought. And literally she came back, like, I think it was like 3 weeks later. She was like, yo, she was like, my polish is still on. I thought she wasn't gonna come back because of what happened, and she had to come back. And that's people's time. So I was like, she came back. Yo, this is not. I'm gonna say that's not a good beat at all. That's what I was saying. You had to get that brush ready. So I was really appalled that she came back. I was really shocked. I was like, okay. So let's talk about bead ratio, y'all. Let's talk about breed ratio. Breed. Let's talk about bead ratio. It's still not reused brushes already for this. So when it comes to the bead ratio, that's important when you're placing on acrylic. We want this part of the acrylic to be smooth like butter, y'all. Before we place that on there. If I place this on there right there, it's not going to adhere well because this part is technically too dry. So All right. It's just too dry. It's not ready. Alrighty. So right now we're gonna be talking about sealing it. Let me get some other powder because really it's really just that powder. And I'm not using its polymer, so that's kind of why that's happening. I'm not using the monomer that goes with it. Um, and it's kind of important to kind of keep the same system with the same stuff, y'all. But I'm gonna try this one because I don't want to use something like pink where y'all can really see what's going on. So we have a primer. We have that on. So I'm gonna show you how the difference because I know this brush is ready. And it shouldn't be moving, but see how it's getting smooth? That's how it should be. Okay, so this one's kind of ready. Yeah, that one's ready. See that? All right, so I'm just gonna place this here. We're just gonna, I'm gonna just start with the tiny little bead because, oh well, no, let's take that off. Y'all don't judge me because I'm really looking to get a decent bead. Okay, here it is. Now it's buttery. Butter. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this bead off like that. We're gonna place it on, away, let it do its thing. So watch, I'm gonna show y'all something. If y'all notice something that I'm doing, y'all, I gotta get some. Hold on, let me find some powder that. Oh my gosh, it really needs clear polymer in there. Let me get this. No, because it's too pigmented. Okay, and that's all I have is color. Um, the next is okay. This one's perfect because it's glitter, so it does need a bit more. I guess we're just gonna have a design going on because really I just want to focus on the cuticle bead, but I want y'all to be able to see like what's going on because if I do clear, I won't be able to see. Whatever, we're just gonna have a design going on. And this still needs to be capped off with a top of clear. I'm just over it. All right. It's gonna be pretty, eh? All right, that's so cute, y'all. Look at that. Anyways, we can come up here to be trying to be cute. All right, let me find some clear and I'm gonna cap. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so I have some clear. Let's just rock it with the clear, y'all. This clear is getting smooth like butter. Y'all see that? Y'all see the difference? Wait, oh, there you go. So let me cap this off really quick, and this cures really fast. Let that fall down. Just tap it. Because once you tap it, that's actually a part of sealing it. It's gonna, wherever you tap, it's gonna flow the opposite way of where you're tapping it. So that's actually really how we're sealing it, right? That's what we're doing here. That big hunk of glitter right there. Oh. All right, so this is low-key a 2B method. I usually like to teach off the 3B method, but that's okay. Because I'm tired of playing games with this nail. So, okay. This is the middle. Well, really, this is the 3B method right here. Okay. So now we're on the cuticle. And when I am on that cuticle bead, or really just when I'm doing acrylic,
Mama's finished.
when I'm on the acrylic, I'm honest, what I like to call when we're doing the acrylic portion, what I like to call that is on a date with Patty. Y'all, let's get a little fancy. I might put the no, cause I'm tired of playing these. Okay, so now we're on the cuticle bead, and if y'all want to go deeper into the video, again, check out the Over Lifting Nails system. The link is in the description. So now we're placing this on Tana's nail. You're gonna want to leave that space, put it on there, lift up, wipe these side walls, and we don't want to move too slow. This one cures really fast, so we're gonna go tap, 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 tap. Really pat, we're patting, because we're on a date with Patty, right? We are on a date with Patty, y'all. And that's literally it. What's gonna happen is the acrylic is gonna flow the opposite way of where you're patting it. That's letting it know where you want it to flow. This piece of glitter, y'all, is hitting the nerve. There you go. But that's where you want it to do. You don't want it to go all up there, and because when the acrylic cures, it not only lifts up a little bit, but it also grows the opposite way a little bit. And that's why it's important to not have an overly wet bead at the acrylic, at the cuticle. But this is how this turned out. That is so pretty, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. But let's move forward to the next nail. That's really cute. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think Tana loving this set, y'all. Oh man, I just pushed my acrylic. Yeah, don't do what I just did. Okay, we're just gonna move forward. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all something funny to say about this because I really can't see what I'm doing. I'm a little too short, but it's okay because I still got this, y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about where I'm coming from. I'm gonna start from almost center, not too much, and I'm going to press the acrylic in the direction that I want it to flow. Now you can, there you go. Cause that one, I accidentally overwiped that. So now we've done the free edge bead or the first bead, whatever you want to call it. Nothing should be flowing outside of that nail. Second bead. The second bead should be smaller. Next bead, it should be smaller than that first bead. And of course, the third bead should be slightly smaller because it's at the cuticle. And it should not flood the cuticle. Now let's get back on this date with Patty. We're gonna take that bead and we're gonna press it there for a few seconds. Release, wipe the sidewalls, pat, 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 and blend. Y'all can't tell me that date with Patty wasn't good, y'all. Y'all need to remember to leave your space. Of course, this is a lot of space, but we can just. Now, if we were doing somebody's nails, it would be more like that. And you want it to look like it's growing like a natural nail. So that's important. Let's move on to the thumb. Okay, let me wipe my brush. It's gonna be the same thing, slightly bigger, because y'all, we are doing the thumb, okay? So I'm going to press down, up, let it ride, pat, wipe the sidewalls, patting, pat, pat, pat. We're on a day with Patty. Now that it's ran a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and sometimes you gotta help it out just a little bit. To see how it's gonna do it the direction that you're holding it in. That's why we always say to hold the fingers down. Okay. Got access. Easy peasy. And I need to clean my brush like they said. Because we don't want our brush to like be over flooded with acrylic, guys. See that excess acrylic that gets underneath the nail? We want to remove that. Sometimes it just be so stubborn you have to use your hand, but that came off. All right, we're moving on to the second bead. Usually when you get in the flow of doing the beads, it shouldn't take long for the bead to turn into butter when it's getting on that brush. So, and it should be a smoother process. Like now, I didn't have as many issues. Well, it really wasn't issues. Just basically the brush getting warmed up to the acrylic or whatever. Got my cuticle bead. It's the same method, y'all. Need that space. Press down, release, like the sidewall. Pat, 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 because that's where we want it to go. We've just sealed that cuticle, guys. We've already sealed the free edge. Now we're gonna, let me hold that, blend that in. And these nails are literally finished, y'all. See how simple and easy that is? I'm pushing that back so that won't come out. Realistically, y'all, that was real nail, wouldn't do that. So, and this nail is finished, guys. This hurt. Y'all, Tana done, y'all. We're done. We just gotta do some design. Oh, she said she don't want no designs, y'all. I'm so silly. But no, on a serious note, let me this is what we came up with. Now let's kind of do a recap. I'm gonna do the story real quick. So, y'all, she came back 3 weeks later. Her gels on her feet was literally grown out. There was new growth, and she specifically requested for me to do her gels again, and she was really happy. Moral of the story, y'all, she wound up, moral of the story, even though there was a mistake, it fixed. And the lesson in that was prep. Prep is everything. It's literally the foundation. It's the bridge to everything else of staying on that natural nail plate. So y'all kind of want to, that's like literally the first bridge. That's the first bridge of the product even staying on the natural nail, okay? So just kind of keep those things in mind. Oh, that looks so weird when it's crooked. So just kind of keep those things in mind when it comes down to, you know, again, she wound up happy. It wasn't the best before, but it came out better than better. But it just literally great nails come with a mean prep game, y'all. And the rest is like second nature to that, okay? So we've talked about primer, y'all. We've talked about primer nails because that was a part of part two. We also talked about being on that date with Patty, sealing out those cool beads with acrylic and the edges, the free edge and the sides is important. So, because some people their nails lift on the sides, on the free edge, and a lot of times on that cuticle area. So we talked about how to seal it off with the acrylic alone, um, based on just with that brush. So Miss Tana here is done, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around. We can discuss. So, like I said, we've discussed priming the nail. We've discussed how to properly prime the nail, and we've discussed how to seal the cuticle bead and the free edges and the sidewalls so you don't have occurring lifting. All right. And that's the nails. Now, again, like I was explaining, y'all, if y'all want more in-depth reasoning about how to literally stop nails from lifting, I can check out the Overweight Lifting Nails system in the description. All right. Also, If you are interested in receiving more information about, lifting nails and need like some kind of like mini guide, go ahead and put checklists in the comments section, y'all. Go ahead and put that in because I got a surprise for those who are interested. All right. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share it for those. I know y'all got some nail besties out there, so share it to them. Those who would like to learn more about nails, go ahead and share this video to them. Invite them to subscribe too. All right. Y'all, my name is Q with It's Not You. Till next time.